Hey everybody, it's Ron from Pick Dawgz, and this is Ron's Big Shot Breakdown. We're going to go over 5 college basketball games for Thursday, December 29th, 2022. Now, if you like what you see, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to put your college basketball picks in the comments section below, and if you're looking for my best bets, you can always find those at the Premium Picks tab at pickdawgz.com. Alrighty, let's get into it. Here are the games for Thursday in college basketball. First up, it's FAU, Florida Atlantic taking on North Texas. This one's going to be 8 o'clock Eastern on ESPN+. These are two of the best teams in the conference. I think these are the top 2 teams, in my opinion, in the Conference USA this season, even though overall this conference is going to be very, very competitive this season. But FAU is 11-1. Their only loss was a road game against Ole Miss, so not too shabby there. North Texas is 10-2. Their 2 losses to a very good St. Mary's team, and then UNC Wilmington, who's also having a good season. That was only a 4-point loss, but North Texas, I think this offense is severely underrated this season. Even though they played a super slow pace, they're actually the slowest team right now in college basketball on offense, 363rd in average possession length offensively, but a very good offense, very talented offense. And Tyler Perry, one of the best guards, in my opinion, in the conference this season, just scoring-wise. He's already off to a great start from the perimeter, 44% from 3. Jaden Martinez also shooting well from deep, 38% himself. So this is a very good North Texas offense that's good on the offensive glass. They take care of the basketball, and even though they got off to a little bit of a slow start shooting the ball overall, we're starting to see those numbers improve. Even in their last game against UTSA, 78 points for a team that slows things down. Pretty impressive there. We know the North Texas defense is going to be very good this season. It's already ranked 34th in adjusted defensive efficiency. They force a ton of turnovers, which I think is going to bode well against an FAU team. You know, although they've played a pretty tough schedule, I don't think they face a defense just like this one. You know, North Texas very good in perimeter defense, even better inside, ranked 7th in the country in 2-point field goal defense. I think FAU's going to have some troubles in this game. They haven't played a ton of road games, and against a very good defense and underrated offense like North Texas, I think the Mean Green are going to have their way in this one. So this should be a great matchup, and I'm excited to see these two teams play later on this season. They play back again on January 14th. It's going to be a home game for FAU. We may see these two teams in the Conference USA Championship, but in the first meeting between these two, give me North Texas laying the points. Next up, it's Sam Houston taking on Utah Valley. This one's going to be 8 o'clock Eastern on ESPN+. I love the fact that the WAC conference games are on ESPN+, because this is one of my favorite conferences to watch and certainly to bet as well. And you know, this matchup between two really good defenses in Utah Valley and Sam Houston. Sam Houston 10-2 this season. They have some nice upset wins in their resume. Oklahoma and Utah, 2 true road games. They beat them outright in both. And then you look on the other side, Utah Valley, same thing goes for them. They beat BYU on the road. They also are coming off a win over Oregon in their last game, 77-72. Both of those games, true road games. So these two teams are not going to be intimidated in conference play, but I do think Sam Houston is the better defense. I also like the fact that Sam Houston is a very good perimeter shooting team, 21st in the country in 3-point shooting as a team. Jaden Ray off to a good start from 3. Doesn't take a ton of 3-pointers, but 54%. Dante Powers out of nowhere, 42% for Sam Houston. Did not see that coming. Cameron Hefner is also above 50% to start the year. You look on the other side, Utah Valley, not a very good perimeter shooting team, ranked 274th in 3-point shooting. I do think Sam Houston has a big advantage there. I also like the fact that Sam Houston's able to force a ton of turnovers, 7th ranked in the nation. Utah Valley, not so much. They're more of a slow-paced defense that's going to force you to take some tough shots, and that's the reason why they're ranked 51st in effective field goal percentage defense. But is that going to hold up in WAC play where these teams know this type of defense? I just don't think so. And, you know, both teams are in good form going into the conference play on winning streaks, but I do think Sam Houston, a little bit more battle-tested. I like their chances to pull off the win, especially with Utah Valley coming off that emotional upset victory over Oregon. So give me Sam Houston in this one on the road on the money line. Next up, it's Abilene Christian taking on Stephen F. Austin. This one's going to be 7:30 Eastern on ESPN+. These are two of my favorite schools to watch in college hoops. I got to say, Stephen F. Austin's big NCAA tournament runs are one of the reasons why I love college basketball so much when they were on those Cinderella runs under Brad Underwood in the tournament. But you know, in this matchup, we see two teams that I think are very, very similar. Two teams that both played in the Southland not too long ago, and you know, both teams force a ton of turnovers. They have some issues turning the ball over themselves, but they're usually around the top 20, top 30 in turnover percentage on defense. We already see the Lumberjacks SFA 6th ranked in the nation in turnover percentage on defense. But the big concern I have with Abilene Christian in this matchup, not only are they on the road here, but this is a team that's not really concerned with the offensive or defensive glass. Not a very good rebounding team, and Stephen F. Austin is a very good offensive rebounding team, 30th in the country in those second chance opportunities. They also get to the free throw line a ton, and Abilene Christian's had big issues this season more than really anything at taking a lot of fouls defensively, ranked 339th in free throws allowed over field goals allowed, and I think that's going to be a problem for an SFA team that lives on the free throw line. They're a good free throw shooting team, 63rd in the country in free throw percentage, and also a very good perimeter shooting team, 17th ranked. Both teams are very good perimeter shooting teams, so I think we're going to see a lot of points in this game, both on the fast break, a lot of turnovers, a lot of quick buckets, and a lot of three-point attempts as well. But I do think in the end, being the home team, I think SFA is going to grab the win. So give me SFA laying the points in this matchup. Next up, it's a Pac-12 matchup between Colorado and Stanford. This one's going to be a late night game, 11 o'clock Eastern, ESPNU. Colorado plays a very fast pace. They're right now ranked 30th in the country in average possession length, 53rd in adjusted tempo, but Stanford likes to slow things down, especially on offense, 231st in average possession length. And being the home team here, I do think this is going to be a game played a little bit more towards Stanford's style. I also like both of these defenses going into this matchup. Colorado ranked 50th in adjusted defensive efficiency, Stanford 47th. So, Stanford's a very good defensive rebounding team that forces a lot of turnovers, also forces their opponents to take a lot of tough shots. And Colorado is ranked outside the top 200 in three-point shooting. So, are they going to be able to make those tough shots at a consistent rate? I just don't think so. Sure, Colorado has scored a ton of points as of late. They put up 93 against Colorado State, 84 against North Alabama, 88 against Northern Colorado, 86 against Southern Utah. So 4 straight games with 80-plus points. But against Stanford on the road, all 4 of those games were at home against inferior opponents. Against Stanford in your first Pac-12 matchup, I just think it's going to be a little bit more of a low-scoring defensive battle. I trust both of these defenses. Neither team are very good on the perimeter. Stanford's ranked 301. I mentioned Colorado's not a very good three-point shooting team. Stanford 301 in the nation in three-point shooting as a team, 30.5%. So I think we're going to see a slow game. I'm going to see a low-scoring game. Give me the under in this Pac-12 battle. Next up, it's Liberty and Bellarmine. This one's going to be a 6:30 Eastern start time, ESPN Plus in the A-Sun. This is a little bit of a revenge game here for Liberty as, you look back in 2021, Liberty made it to the NCAA tournament. They gave a very good run to Oklahoma State in that game. That was the Cade Cunningham Oklahoma State team, but they lost in the first round. The next year, they bring back their leading scorer, and Darius McGee. They have big expectations again. They play pretty well in the regular season, but they lose to Bellarmine, this Bellarmine team, in the second round of the A-Sun Conference Tournament, so they failed to make the NCAA tournament. The next season now, Bellarmine actually went on to win that conference tournament, but they just weren't eligible to make it to the big dance. Now, this season, you look at Liberty, they bring back Darius McGee again. They're ranked 84th in KenPom. And Bellarmine, they played a very, very tough non-conference schedule. They've already played Clemson, Duke, UCLA, Kentucky, all on the road. They are 5-8 this season, but 3 of those wins against subdivision opponents. Their other 2 wins were against Murray State and Louisville. Now, that Louisville win would have been a little bit more impressive if it was Louisville teams a few years ago, but not so much this season. But Liberty, I think, is just a far better team in this particular matchup. Like I said, they're playing with a little bit of revenge because Bellarmine, really ruined their season last year. Liberty was a favorite to make it to the big dance, but Bellarmine spoiled those chances. Liberty, 55th ranked in adjusted offensive efficiency, a very, very good shooting team, 27th in effective field goal percentage, 23rd in three-point percentage, and Bellarmine, 292nd in adjusted defensive efficiency. Not a good rebounding team. They turn the ball over all over the place. And although they're a very good free throw shooting team, it's going to have better numbers shooting the ball as we continue this season. They're taking a lot of tough shots. It's kind of the Bellarmine offense. It's the style of offense. It does lead to quite a bit of tough shots. And, it's an offense that if you're not prepared for it, you are going to struggle. But Liberty's played Bellarmine the last few seasons. They're coming off a loss in the last year's tournament. I think they're going to be fired up for this game. First conference matchup of the season. I like Liberty even on the road in this matchup, laying the points. I think they get a double-digit win. So give me the Flames here, laying the points. And that's it. Those are the games in college basketball for Thursday's card. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. And don't forget to put your college basketball picks in the comments section below. Again, if you're looking for my best bets, you can always find those at Pickdawgz Premium. As always, this is Ron Romanelli. Good luck.